Hey everyone, welcome back. Appreciate you joining me as always. And as always, take a second to subscribe if you haven't already done so. That would be greatly appreciated as well. And I bring for you today the blue version of this friction motor space patrol. Now, I had somebody leave a remark and said, your video should be, I guess the essence of what he said, and I appreciate comments of all, they don't have to be all positive, but he said, this looks like you're filming in your dining room, should have a better introduction, a little more professional, which I do agree with. However, these are more like an inventory video for me. In other words, like this actually catalogs my collection for the most part, at least the ones that I do take the time to videotape. And when I have my museum open, all this stuff will be professionally videotaped. So in the meantime, I really just want to bring you some cool toys that you don't get an opportunity to see that often. And I leave the editing and the higher production values. As you see, like when I do the trailer style for some of those arcade machines, I could add some decent effects, but it's time consuming. And, that's not really my intention. I'm not a video editor, and I don't have the time to devote to having a higher production value. At this point, I will at some point, and if there's something truly special, I would probably consider it. But for now, what you see is what you get. And again, this is the blue version of the Space Patrol, the friction motor Space Patrol. And I would say this blue, it's a tough call. What do you like better, the blue or the red? I will link the red to this at the end of the video. Those little cards at the end, those are for you to click on related videos. So what I tend to do, for instance, if there's a Batman video or Batman toy, I'll link other Batman toys. And in this particular case, I'll link the other version of this, the red version. And then you can look at it and say, oh yeah, I never saw the red, and I like this or that one better. But anyway, this is a cool toy. I know I usually start with the box, but in this case, we'll go opposite. It has some very nice lithography here. Plain, not a ton of details, but I got to tell you something. And by the way, this is a Masudaya toy. You can see the logo there. This siren with this base plate, if I had to guess, when you see the Kitahara prototype patrol robot, this looks like the type of siren that would have been mounted on that patrol robot's head. One of these days I have to find a toy with this exact siren and have that made. But anyway, this has a vinyl-headed boy pilot. It's in very, very clean condition. I mean, look at this thing. It's shiny. Really no flaws to speak of. Here's the bottom. And I will, like I said, at some point when I find the original siren, maybe I'll do another. The Robot Hut did make me a patrol robot, like Kitahara's prototype. I got, maybe he can chime in where the type of sirens that he used, because it looks pretty close. But again, based on the size, this looks like what they would have mounted on top of the siren robot, or the patrol robot. And by the way, it's got this cool little P, Saturn star P on there. I'm trying to get his cockpit there. Very cool. The arms here are pressed in the tin. You can see the arms actually protrude, which gives it a nice three-dimensional look. And then, of course, we have this Coolio box. Do they still say Coolio? Who knows? Who knows, but I'm saying it for this video. Anyway, you can see the Space Patrol with the crank siren. And you have to wonder, if the technology is so advanced, right? Why do you have to crank the siren manually? Like it's a 1950s air raid sirens, and you're going to duck for cover. But even those were electric. Anyway, the graphics are very cool. This has that charming 60-ish, more than 50s. Although this might be a 50s toy. This has the charming boy, and I'm getting calls coming in. I'm trying to ignore to get this video done. Anyway, so the kid is playing with essentially himself there. So I guess his imagination is transposing himself into the cockpit. And look, I mean, he's got this pretty cool spiffy uniform on. Anyway, here's your side panel. And this is better. The box, if I remember the red one, and when I linked the video, I don't remember what that box was, but I think this box is in better condition, and this toy might be a little bit nicer too. So there's your box. Although I gotta say, not to full disclosure, this does have a little tear on the bottom, but I'm glad it's the bottom and not the top, because that would have sucked. So anyway, as far as the toy, that's all you're doing. All right? There's not much to it, just friction. As soon as you put them on the ground, you lose all the momentum built by the friction drive, but that's okay. So then the cool part, though, is this nifty, spiffy siren, and that's, I think, the part we all want to hear. The way it's moving up and down, I'm very reluctant to break anything. And that's your siren. Ta-da! Anyway, let's get this camera up just to finish off with an aerial view. Not Ariel the mermaid. Ariel as in up in the air. And I hope you like this. The blue version of the Friction Motor Space Patrol by Masudaya. And as always, I appreciate your time. If you did like it and you haven't subscribed and you're just lurking, then take a second, as always, as a reminder to subscribe. And always remember, thumb up the video, leave a remark, anything that helps engagement and the algorithms. And don't forget to check out, I do have these videos also, not every single one of them, but I am on BitChute, and we're over 6,500 views now with only 25 subscribers, so that's growing. And I've been on Odyssey for a while too, and Odyssey uploads a lot of your videos automatically, not the history. So like if you say you're the Robot Hut and you're listening, it's good to link to those other platforms, because if something ever happened with YouTube and it went down, you still have the content available on other platforms preserved, because I don't know about you guys, but I delete all these videos after I make them. I would have not enough storage on my phone to keep them all. So that's just a bit of suggestion. Thanks again, as always, and I will talk to you later.